Welcome back to Tales of Teacher Transformation.
It's great to see you all again. How are you doing today, Miriam?
I'm very happy. How are you?
I'm also happy. I'm excited to be here again. So, Miriam, what are we going to be talking about today?
I'm really excited about that because we're going to be talking about communicative language teaching. Can you say that?
Communicative
Communicative language
language
teaching.
teaching. That's
Very
a
good.
mouthful. All right, so what is communicative language teaching?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
Well,
Well, tell us.
okay, so communicative language teaching, or easier, we'll say CLT, is an approach that emphasizes interactions that help us practice towards an outcome.
So it's really about speaking in the class using language as a practice method so that students can learn to communicate. Because why do we use language anyway?
We use language to communicate. And the
Right.
key word here in CLT is communicate. That's how
Mhm.
we share ideas with each other. Okay. Now, did you have a story that you wanted to share with us?
Yeah, I have a very nice story. And part of the reason I love communicative language teaching is because I learned Spanish from my father. My father was born in 1925, and when he studied Latin in high school, they had to use grammar translation method. They would take a
Mm.
paragraph of Latin, they would translate it into English, and that's all they did because grammar was important for Latin, but speaking is not important for Latin. It's a dead language. However, when my dad taught our middle school Spanish class, we used so many communicative language teaching methods. So we used skits, we used games, we sang many songs, and we got Spanish names. So it was very enjoyable and motivating. And it makes me think about the feelings we want our students to have.
Yes, that's right. Remember what we talked about last time?
Yeah,
We said we wanted our students to feel safe,
safe,
engaged,
engaged,
have fun,
have fun, and be motivated
and be motivated.
and set
Exactly.
them up for success so they can be
Yes,
confident.
yes, exactly. So,
And
yes,
I think that the great thing about communicative language teaching, or CLT, is if we set it up right with the right support systems, the right structures, and the right models, we can really set our students up for success in English.
that's wonderful. So, interacting, having our students interact as much as they can with the language is very important. So, we started by explaining a little bit about CLT. What we're going to do now is we're going to share some of the benefits, then we'll go over some examples. So, what are some of the benefits of CLT?
Well, I think as we mentioned, the benefits are that students pay attention, they are very engaged, they are really motivated because they are interacting with their peers and not trying to just impress the teacher. So imagine what that can do.
Yes, exactly. And your example of the story with your father was a wonderful example of student engagement and attention and motivation.
Mhm.
The other benefit is who's doing most of the talking in those situations?
Mm,
The
the
students. So
students.
we decrease teacher
Teacher talk
talking time
time.
and we increase
Student
student talk
talking time.
time. All
Yay.
right.
That's important.
Yes.
So these are some of the benefits. But like I say, we do need to come up with good structures, models, and support systems. And so we will give you some examples and show you how we can provide some simple structures for your students.
Yes, exactly. So let's think about some examples of activities that we can use that will help our students be more engaged, interactive, and motivated. So here are a few examples.
Games, interviews, information gap, draw my monster,
Hmm.
role play, skits. I think going shopping is an example, maybe.
Yes, that would be an
Uh-huh.
example of a skit.
Opinion sharing, scavenger hunt, and probably many other ideas, right?
Yes. And at the end of this video, you will have an opportunity to think of some ideas yourself.
Great.
So let's jump right in and start with a first example.
Are you ready for the first example?
I am. What is the first example?
The first example is a game that my students really love. It's called I Spy.
I Spy.
Have you heard of it?
I have heard of it. Have any of you heard of it? Well, we'll show you how to play it with your students. All right.
So there's a special phrase that we use with this game, and we look around the room and we look for something and we say this phrase. Shall I be the leader?
I'll do this one and
Okay.
you do the next one.
Okay.
So, as the leader, I say, I spy with my shiny eye something that begins with the letter C.
Is it a carpet?
No,
Is it a car?
no.
Is it a computer?
Yes,
Oh,
it's a
okay.
computer.
Great.
So, I, as the leader, say, I spy with my shiny eye something that begins with the letter, and you can choose any letter you want. And then you, as the participant, ask what kind of questions?
Yes, no questions.
Yes, no questions.
Because that's for elementary students. Of course, you can change to more difficult levels later, but right now we're going to stick with yes, no questions.
Okay, great. So now it's your turn to be the leader, and we're going to show the
Another
house now.
example?
Yes,
Oh,
another
okay. Now
another example.
I'm gonna look around the house, and I really like to spy. Okay, I spy. Oh, I spy with my beady eye something that begins with the letter F.
F.
Mhm.
F. Is it furniture?
Nope.
Is it a finger?
No.
Is it a face?
Nope.
Is it a flower?
It's a flower.
It's a flower.
I thought you were going to guess the fish, but it's okay.
Oh.
It's a flower. Yeah, I was definitely thinking of a flower. So,
Okay.
great.
So that's an example of I spy. Now,
we have another example.
Yes. So this example is called Find Someone Who. Have you ever played that?
I played it in my class.
I have too. So that can be used in many different ways in the classroom. And it's kind of like an interview or an info gap. So it starts with the language phrase, find someone who, and we'll show it right here. Find someone who. So now I'm going to stop sharing.
But when I find someone who, do I ask them, are you who?
Yes, that's a very good question. So you would ask, do you like?
Okay, so this is using the verb like, and we have a support system here. So on a piece of paper, the students would carry this paper. It says find someone who, and then we have several examples. Likes mangoes, likes kimchi, likes soccer.
So, Miriam, I might say to you, do you like mangoes?
Yes, I love mangoes.
Can you write your name here?
Yes.
So I know Miriam likes mangoes. Miriam, do you like kimchi?
Yes, I like kimchi.
Miriam likes kimchi. So please write your name there. Okay, thank you. But now I'm going to look for a new person to share with and do the same activity.
By the way, I don't like soccer.
Oh, do you like soccer, Miriam?
No,
oh,
I don't like it.
So I would have to find somebody new anyhow.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
So that's good for practicing do you like. You can do many other grammar forms. All right. Now we have a really fun activity next. And Maxine, I think you're going to lead us in this wonderful activity. And it's called
Draw my monster. Okay. So I'm going to draw a monster.
Don't let me see it. It's secret.
Okay, it's a
top
secret.
Here's the pen.
Thank you.
Don't let me see it. I can't look.
Okay, and now Miriam, I'm going to explain the monster and you're going to draw what I say.
Okay.
So the monster has a round face.
Big or small?
Big.
Okay.
The monster has two round eyes.
Two round eyes. Okay.
And inside the eyes, it has two round circles.
Two round circles.
And the monster has three green teeth.
Does it have a mouth?
It has a mouth with three green teeth.
Okay.
And the monster has pointy ears. Two pointy ears.
Pointy ears. Okay.
Okay.
Are we
Let's
done?
see. We're done.
Okay.
Let's see how we did. 1, 2, 3. Ooh,
wow.
pretty
Not bad.
close.
Not
Oh,
bad.
I like your ears better than mine.
Well, I like your teeth better than mine.
Okay, good. Thank you.
So kids love this game, and you can practice lots of shapes, and they have to pay attention the whole time.
And also, if the person explaining isn't clear, the other person gets to ask as many questions as they need. So this is a wonderful communication activity. Now, I think we have time for one more little activity.
Can we do role plays?
Let's do role plays.
Okay, I love role plays, and my elementary students love role plays too. I think you all know about the role of role plays in the classroom. However, I feel that students enjoy them more and are more motivated and having more fun when they can use props. So we might do something about giving directions or going to the store, and we just use a little prop.
Oh, I love these props. They make me feel so different.
Hello, ma'am. My name's Mr. Smith.
Hello, Mr. Smith. I'm Maggie May.
Excuse me, do you know the way to the grocery store?
Yes, let me show you how to go there.
Let's go together.
All right. Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
So kids can be very, very creative with that kind of thing. And do we have some other examples of role plays?
Well, some other things that we'll talk about in future lessons are things like puppets.
Oh, really?
Yes, as another kind of a prop, or
Oh,
little stuffed animals that people can use
or
whatever people like.
or masks. They can make little
Masks.
masks, or they could use their monster masks and their monster drawing and make a mask.
That's a great idea.
Let your creativity go in this area.
Yes, I love that. That's a wonderful idea. So here was our info gap, and then we drew a
Draw a
monster,
monster. Mm-hmm.
and then we role played with hats, puppets, or masks.
Mm-hmm.
So this video is coming to an end with a final activity for you. And the activity is for each of you to write down 3 ideas for activities that you want to use to teach communicative language learning in your classroom.
It's okay to make a mistake.
Yes, it is. See, even fluent English speakers can make a mistake with complicated words, especially. And
Okay,
you
so
don't
write
have
down
to, yes,
three
write down
ideas.
3. And you don't have to tell your students that you're teaching communicative language learning. That's just for you to know. Right.
CLT. That's good.
CLT. So 3 activities that you might want to use in your classroom.
And we have one other optional activity. If you feel like you would like to expand on this idea, you might want to think about what grammar forms could you practice in your class using CLT. Example, yes, no questions, WH questions, verb tenses, vocabulary. Just think about that and have fun with that too.
Yes. And as you mentioned in the past, Miriam, you can change this depending on the level of your students. Your conversations can be more or less complex.
Right. Well, thank you so much.
Yes.
And we wish you happy teaching.
And happy learning.
Yay.
Yay.
Thank you.
See you again
Thank you.
soon.
See you soon. Enjoy your break. Bye.
Bye.